All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Kitcherverse, the Food Network for a new generation. How are we doing today? Jen is checking the audio, making sure we're rolling live and large and in charge. Does it sound good? Sounds good. We're ready to go. And it's time to drop some sloppy cheesesteak sliders. We're going to show you one of our most requested and, ironically, one of the most easy recipes that you can do. We're right in the midst of the NFL and college football season, so it's going to be slider week for sure. We've got some beautiful fresh ingredients right here in front of us, as well as some lovely King's Hawaiian pretzel sliders that we're going to be using. Of course, we're going to be rocking and rolling some outdoor smoke on this as well. And if this is your first time here, you can join us right over here on the chef's table just by popping in and joining the conversation right there. It's a first come, first serve. So don't everyone stampede all at once there, but you can actually get your beautiful face right on the show with us and get your questions answered live as well. And also, if this is your first time checking us out on Kitsch, besides welcome and thank you, let's give you a quick spin around the kitchen. Jen and I are located here where, babe?
In the mountains.
In the Ozark Mountains, to be specific. That's right. We're located in the Ozark Mountains, and we love cooking food. And we'll show you here, as you see my arm come through, we've got our stove cam, so we can give you multiple angles there. And if you say to yourself, Montana Max, I need a better view, well, we can do that from a side angle there. And of course, the beautiful bird's eye perspective in full view as well. So we've got you all ready to rock and roll on there as well. But we would be remiss if we didn't mention, of course, the most important part of outdoor cooking. Right there. Let's actually pop outside here real quick because I got to get the smoker rolling. So I'm going to step out here. And it's a beautiful day here in the Ozark Mountains. You can see the leaves are starting to change. We're starting to get some color going on there. Fall has fallen. I've got leaves all over the deck as well. And let's go ahead and get this fired up. We're going to be using our deck oven today, and we're going to go ahead and just do some lovely finishing with our deck oven. You can, of course, do this entire recipe, and we've got plenty of fuel, so we're doing good. You can do this entire recipe in your oven. If you don't have a grill or smoker at home, fret not. Just follow the same exact steps. We're going to go ahead and heat that up to 350 degrees, and that's going to be the same temperature that you would use on your oven inside. If you have an outdoor burner, you can actually do the entire recipe outside. If you've got the game playing and you got friends entertaining, no better way to spend a beautiful afternoon. So let's head back inside now, and bear with me as we got to make a small trek here back to the kitchen. And we'll start prepping, we'll start repping, and show you how easy it is to put in all these wonderful layers of flavor. Right, babe?
That's right.
That's right, she says. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. We are going to be using a skillet back here on the stove, but I won't need the lid, so we're going to just move that out of the way. And let's get going. So what do we have in front of us here? We've got a green bell pepper, a red bell pepper, a little bit of garlic, some lovely onion. Is we're going to go ahead and cheesesteak this up. The wonderful thing about cheesesteaks too, I mean, you have your traditional cheesesteak methodology, but feel free to customize it. If you want more French dip, you want mushrooms, you don't want mushrooms, all these different things. All of our recipes that we do here, of course, are highly customizable to your own taste. If you see something you're like, I don't really like that, then don't incorporate it. If you're like, I think that would be good, by all means, throw it in there, try it out. And then also make sure you leave us a comment if you do try one of our recipes or make any alterations or show us pictures. We love seeing all that out there as well, don't we, Jen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, woman of few words here. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do is get an onion prepped up and ready to rock and roll. I am going to need a little bit of butter, so we'll grab out some butter here out of the fridge as well and set that out to the side. And let's go ahead and get our onion prepped here, okay? Once again, big proponent of making sure all your ingredients are prepped up and ready to go right away. That way, when it comes to the actual act of cooking, we're not fussing, we're not messing around with anything, we're not leaving anything in the dust, if you will. And then that can throw off an entire cook, even a simple one, very easily when you're scrambling for something that you left out, right? We keep notes on everything we're doing and keep those handy just as a safety net as well. And I advise you do the same. There is no shame in your game, right? We're not all trying to compete on Hell's Kitchen here. We're just trying to make some delicious food, okay? So we've got one beautiful yellow onion here. Looks like somebody was trying to get in on the chef's table.
I think I saw Quentin.
Was that Quentin? Is Quentin
Quentin,
here
is
all
that
the way from
you?
Belgium?
Is that you, Quentin? Hello.
I saw it flash out of my periphery.
Oh,
There he is. There he is. What's up, Quentin? All the way from Belgium, straight to your hearts, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the legend, the Quentin. How we doing, brother? Sorry, as you know, my monitor's over here, so this is like,
Hello.
oh, there's Jen.
Hi, Quentin.
Jen's got to
Hello.
tap on to give Quentin love. Look at that. Wow, the chef table's they've done some alterations, Jen. You've got enlarged and in charge over there. And so is Quentin.
A little bit too big for me, but that's okay.
Oh, you're beautiful, dear. There's not a
Can
screen
you
big
hear
enough. In fact, we should probably switch my camera and your camera. We'd probably get more viewers.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Ah. All right, let's go ahead, get our onion ready to go. And let's get ready to rock. Speaking of Quentin being from Belgium, we've had people with our caramel pecan apple butter. We got to find a way to get that to Belgium. But people have been using our caramel pecan apple butter to much fanfare on waffles.
Look, somebody raised their hand.
Hey,
you did it.
let's see if we can hear you. Hang on one second. I got my remote here. Let's make sure my audio is actually up. All right, you're good.
Hello.
There you are. Hello, hello.
Hello,
We can
hello,
hear you
hello.
loud and clear.
How do you say hello? Speak in your own language just a little bit.
Hallo, mijn naam is Quinten en ik kom uit België.
Oh,
There you go. Check it out.
yay.
I wish we could all speak in Dutch, right? Dutch is your native tongue in Belgium?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I wish we could all speak Dutch, and then people that were coming through Kitsch would come in and they'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that level of, I don't know any other language except for a little bit of American Sign Language. That's about it.
I love your
I can
accent.
speak a little bit of French, and yeah, that's about it.
Well, 2 languages is more than we know. So, that is
You're way ahead of
awesome.
the game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Quentin, because we, as you know, we have a big love affair with people all over the world here.
Yes.
But from what I've gathered, and I may be completely off base, and you can be like, stupid American, you are wrong. And I will not take any offense to that. But it's not uncommon for people that live in Europe to actually speak multiple languages, correct?
Stupid American, you're wrong. No.
You're just waiting. You're like, stop talking. I cannot wait.
Good. Good one.
So, it's
set
common here
myself
to
up for
speak
that
more
one.
than 2 languages.
Yeah,
The
because of the
native
proximity of the
language,
different countries and
English,
everything, it just
and
makes sense. Sorry, I didn't
from the
mean to cut you
neighboring
off. Go ahead.
country.
Say that again?
So it's common that we speak more than 2 languages here, because you have the native language, the English, and from the neighboring country.
There you go.
Wow. Wow, that is
Is that something that
awesome.
you just pick up as you learn as a kid, or is it something that's taught in school? Like, you're going to learn this language because they're our neighbor.
We have to learn French here because they are our neighbor, but they don't have to teach Dutch.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not fair. Not
Not
fair.
fair indeed.
All right. Interesting for sure. We've got
Yeah.
our onion ready to go. While we're hanging out here talking about the world and how it works, I'm just going to continue prepping along here as well, because we need to get our green and red bell peppers, along with our garlic and our butter, all processed and ready to go, right? So, have you ever had a Philly cheesesteak?
I don't think so.
You
No.
don't think? Well,
No, 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 no.
when you
Yeah.
come and visit, there's so many American dishes that are so gluttonous and horrible for you. We are just going to take you on a tour and stuff you full of food, Quentin.
I would like to try everything.
You are going to go back an extra 100 pounds heavier, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't even recognize you. All right.
No, he'll never gain weight with all of his biking and activity he
That's
does.
true.
He could probably eat
Ah.
a ton with the calories he burns.
Right?
Yeah.
Carb load. Carb load.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it up the mountain. All right. Here we go. Red bell pepper. Let's go ahead and split this right in there. And we are going to go ahead and just flatten this out real quick. There we go. Now, I've been watching the pro chefs, right? You know, and so in certain circles, I'm considered a pro chef on how they've been, how they cut a bell pepper. And they do this thing where they actually just take the knife all the way around and pop out the ribbing and the core all at once. I don't think my knife is sharp enough, so I'm not going to attempt that. But I am going to come in and make sure that we get rid of all that ribbing there, because that is not good. That is not something we want as a component of our bite, okay? So let's go ahead, get that ready to rock and roll here, and let's go ahead and slice this down. We want some sizable chunks here. Bell pepper, not typically thought of as a flavor component, where yes, it's more thought of as a textural component. And in this case, we've got one of each color, right? They typically come in red, yellow, and green. The bell pepper is the stoplight of vegetables, okay? So technically a fruit because it has seeds. Jen? Isn't that how it works?
Well, I believe so.
Oh!
What was that?
That somebody just tipped a buck.
Oh.
Well, thank you, whoever is here, and we appreciate that. Oh, two more coming in.
my God.
That's
Somebody's
me.
ma-
That's you.
That's you. What
Whoa,
are you doing?
He tipped $5.
$5.
Quentin.
Quentin.
That's too
I
nice
think
of
Kitch
you.
gave me those for free. So
Oh.
Well,
Have a-
even better.
That's so nice.
Even
even
better.
better. Kitch giving away money.
Yeah.
How sweet is that?
Thank you, Quentin.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. We just appreciate you being here.
We haven't heard that sound very much, so that was fun.
There's always new stuff popping up, and we're like, huh? What? They're like, boomer, boomer. This is how it works. All right.
He might not know the word boomer.
Do you know
Boomer.
the American term boomer?
Old people, old person.
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
Old people. Yes, like me. Old
Yeah.
people.
That's what. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get some nice big chunks here. And as I was saying, the stoplight of fruit/vegetables, the bell pepper, we're going to use it as a textural component, and we're also going to use it as a visual component, okay? So you could do this with just green or just yellow or just red. We're going to mix it up. We're going to have a fiesta of flavor, if you will, right? Fiesta of flavor.
It's gonna be colorful.
It's gonna... You're just staring. Look at how intense she is. Yeah,
What?
you staring into the camera.
I'm not looking intense. Quentin's looking intense.
Intensity in 10 cities. All right. So we're going to get this ready to rock and roll, get this finished up, and then we're going to start working that. I might actually start working 2 pans to move it along a little quicker. We'll see how we get going here. We're going to go ahead, pop this red bell pepper, get ready to rock and roll. That's good. As uniform as possible. We're moving quick here, so we're going to just try to get her done quickly. And we're going to save our banana peppers until the very end as a component. That will be a flavor component. We're going to mix that in. Plus, we're getting into where we're getting some, I'd say light freezes, babe. Would you call it light freezes here in the Ozarks?
Just borderline to freezing.
So we need to harvest our fresh produce from our garden, which we've got some of our banana peppers, which we used last week. But we're getting to the point where it's use it or lose it, I would say. So we're going to go ahead and get that into the mix as well. Also, a common ingredient in the Philly cheesesteak in a lot of places is banana pepper as well. We're not going to pickle them today. We're going to just use them in their raw state. They are going to taste the smoke, if you will, when we go outside later. but we're not going to actually pickle them like we did last week. We're going to mix it up, and they're fresh grown, so they're a little bit milder. They haven't been sitting in a vinegar bath in a glass jar on shelves for God knows how long. So we're going to go ahead and let them rock and roll in their all natural state here. The rest of our produce, we are going to cook together. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get these all lined up as well and cube these out and get ready to rock and roll.
Quentin, what time is it in Belgium?
10:16.
10:16 p.m. Yeah,
Yeah.
getting late.
That's we
Little
come on right after the 10 o'clock news in Belgium.
Ah.
I don't watch the news, so
That's good. Don't.
Probably better not to.
You're much better off watching cooking shows. That's something that's productive for us, right?
oh yeah.
Have you been cooking yourself?
Yeah. What have you made lately?
Waffles.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of waffles.
He's a pro at waffles.
That's going to be the trade-off. You come over and visit. We'll take you out, get you fed all these sorts of American cuisines, and we have one request: is we want waffles.
Do you make gelato too? I thought I saw.
Maybe there's two requests, Quentin.
Yeah. Gelato.
It's like ice cream.
Ice cream.
Gonna search for a picture.
Oh, is there? I thought I saw a picture of you at a gelato shop.
Ah yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You make it or serve it? Just serve it.
At the store that I work at,
Yeah.
a friend of mine makes it, Anthony.
Oh.
But
Oh, nice.
my grandfather also makes it, and I supply
Wow.
the cones.
Oh, the waffle cones?
Yeah.
To put it in? To put the gelato inside?
And you hand make those? The cones?
I hand buy those.
Hand buy them.
There you go.
Touche.
Yeah.
All right, last ingredient I'm prepping up here is we are getting our garlic, couple garlic cloves minced up here as well, very finely. There we go. And we are essentially ready to start rocking and rolling. I got some low heat on the pan there. Let's go ahead and get a pat of butter into the pan. All right. You can use olive oil if you'd like, a little bit more heart healthy. We're talking cheesesteaks, right? We're talking cheesesteaks. So you gotta let a little indulgence fly. And let's get some butter into the pan. Butter makes everything better, does it not? All right. So we're going to go ahead, get that melted in the pan here. Let's go ahead, flip that corner over. We've got everything prepped. We're ready to start working, okay? Nice thing is cheesesteaks, right? All right, so cheesesteaks, typically made with like a ribeye or thinly sliced steak. We are doing a Sloppy Joe meets cheesesteak concoction, our little spin on a cheesesteak, right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Jen actually came up with this dish all by herself because she was indecisive. I know. Imagine that. And I was like, do you want sloppy joes or do you want cheesesteaks?
Sloppy cheesesteak.
Make me a sloppy cheesesteak, Max. Hence, the sloppy cheesesteak was born.
Do you know Sloppy Joes?
No. No.
No, you've never had a sloppy joe?
No.
Whoa.
And I'm guessing you've never had manwich. No, manwich is meat in a can. That's 100% American and 100%.
I thought you added the beef to the manwich sauce. Is a manwich a sauce?
It's
and you add the beef to it?
I don't know. It's been so long. I wonder if Montana's in the chat. Mom, if you're here, because my mom would know. It used to be like more prevalent back in the day, but it still exists, right?
Well, I thought they sold the manwich sauce, but I don't know that they have meat in the can. That just sounds yucky.
Well, there's lots of dishes. Look, we have haggis in a can.
Have you ever had haggis?
There's one that's closer to home.
Ew.
No.
Oh, come on. You
Cheesesteak.
you haven't had any mess of ingredients boiled into sheep's intestine? Come on.
Sadly, no. No.
Oh, that is 100% tragic. All right, we've got our full onion going into the pan back here. Let's go ahead. It's not super hot. I'm going to get that heat up so we can work that down a little bit. Normally, I would advise not sticking your hand into a hot pan, but it is not very hot. I had it on very low heat, and I'm going to just break that up a little bit. Now it's starting to heat up, and we're going to use our spoon, of course, to start working that around here. We're going to get the onions going first. Onions are going to be the most rigid state, okay? The most rigid goes in first. Bell peppers, mostly water. Still rigid, but not quite as rigid as an onion. And we want to start getting these flavors working. Now we're going to go ahead and season, start building our layers of flavor here. We're going to take our Mountain Magic, which is just our all-purpose seasoning, give a nice healthy dose of that, and get that working. We're kicking the heat up. We've got about a medium high heat here. I'll probably end up having to dial that back as our electric range does get fairly hot fairly quick, okay? So we're going to start working that. And then I'm going to grab a bowl here. Actually, I'm not going to grab a bowl. I'm just going to head to the fridge. And we are going to get our ground beef out. Here we go. What is the fat ratio on this? We're cooking this in a pan. This is going to have some fat in it, so we are going to want to drain this off before we construct our sandwiches. So once again, we'll just get set up with all of our tools of success and our good friend paper plate and some paper towel. And we will drain that off before we actually construct our sliders here. There we go. We're getting a sizzle. We're getting a sizzle. We're getting it rocking and rolling. And we're starting to get some beautiful smell. There we go. Let's get the fan on and get that going. Garlic's going to be the last thing that we're going to put in. We'll hold everything to the side before we start constructing. So I will get, let's just make dishes easy, right? Game day type of food. Let's make dishes easy. We'll get a paper plate out for that. Now, you can, in the interest of time, we're going to cook our ground beef today just in the skillet and get it done lickety-split. You can definitely take your ground beef, and we've done this on our show many times, put it in an oven-safe pan or a foil pan and go ahead and pop that out on your smoker, no problem as well. Right, Jen?
Mm-hmm.
We've done that with sausage, all kinds of different stuff. But we're going to finish, like I said, this is all going to be finishing smoke for this one today. All right, let's go ahead. Let's flip the stove up. There we go. And we can already see a little bit of a glisten here, right? We're coming right along. We're starting to get a glisten. And you can see we've got it seasoned. They're starting to work there. We're doing good. And they will start decreasing in size as we cook them. We've got a few bigger pieces here. Not a big deal. We'll keep breaking those down. But let's go ahead now, and I'll bring over my cutting board. Easy transfer. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And we're going to get our red and green bell peppers into the mix there as well. We just give that onion a little bit of a head start. Look at that. All right. And I am going to do it. I am, in the interest of time, we'll just use two different burners here, and we'll use the stove right next to that, and I'll flip between the two. We just need to get some heat on it, and we're going to start getting our ground beef ready to go here as well. You need about a pound of ground beef. I went ahead and got about 1.5 pounds. Remember, anytime that you're cooking protein, it will reduce by weight in half from moisture evaporation, right? So when you're buying 1.5 pounds of ground beef, you're actually going to get 3/4 of a pound finished product. Roughly, okay? Roughly. This depends on fat content for the beef that you're using. Also, the type of beef that actually goes into the ground beef versus if it's a brisket or a chuck or what you have you. But we've got a little over 1.5 pounds here. So we're going to go ahead. Let's get that into the pan. break it up just a little bit with my hands there. And let's wash our paws as we just handled raw meat.
Quentin, did you raise your hand again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you did. You have a question?
Did you guys visit any countries in Europe?
Say that again.
Let me
Have you
turn it up.
guys visited any countries in Europe?
Jen has.
I have.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
she's like, I have. I'm worldly. I've been there.
No, back when I was in high school, I went over the summer for 3 months to
3 months?
Yep.
You told me it was 3 weeks.
Nope. To England. We got a house there. It was with my family, so we have some family over there in England. So it was
Gezellig.
fun. Yeah. And we were supposed to go to France, but then we missed the boat.
What?
My family tells, yeah, there's a
Your whole
story
family missed the boat?
because of me.
Because of you? What? What happened?
I think I overslept. I don't remember.
What?
It was a long time ago.
You held your
Hold
whole
it.
family up because you
I
overslept?
can't even remember. We missed the boat, and I just know that to this day they still blame me for that. So probably was my fault.
All right. I'm throwing in a little bit here of the last best seasoning in with our ground beef. We're going to go ahead, take our meat chisel, right? Our lovely meat breaker upper device. I still don't know what the name is for this.
Chopper,
Meat chopper.
I think.
And we'll be using that, and we're going to add a little bit of seasoning at a time here. We're using our sweeter seasoning, which actually pairs really excellently with beef. A lady commented on our Facebook, babe, that she used it in her meatballs and said it was the best meatballs she's ever made.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
And that's because beef is really savory. It's a heavier, right? Red protein. And so when you pair that with the sweetness, you get a nice juxtaposition, right? When we're always talking about hitting all those marks on your flavor, that side versus this side come together. So that was always fun to hear, and we'll always enjoy hearing how people are using them. All right. Do I still have the corner cam on the stove? We are still working down our peppers and onions here, and we are going to go ahead and start working the seasoning into our ground beef. This is probably, I didn't look real close, but if you can do either 80-10, which are 80-10, that makes 90, 80-20 fat content, much like you'd use for a burger, would be my recommendation on this, even though it's not a patty. You can use the leaner one too. We are going to drain off excess, but we're going to go ahead and get that in there, get this heat up, and get this all cooked down here, okay? Now we're going to be taking some tricks here with the meat, kind of in the family of a meatloaf. We're not going to be using any sort of breadcrumbs or eggs in this, but we are going to sauce our meat while it's in the pan and create our different layers here, okay? There we go. This is looking absolutely lovely.
Good in here.
What's that?
Smells good.
Smells good. We're off to a good start. Now, this all comes down with your onions, peppers, everything that's cooking together here and our seasoning. The rigidness is all comes down to personal preference. Being that we're doing this in the akin of a cheesesteak style, we want these to be pretty soft by the point we get them to the sandwich. We don't want to bite in and get just a horrible raw onion taste. We want this to all fuse together. So we want to cook these down and get these where they're actually going to be very malleable. Is that the word?
Malleable.
What?
Malleable.
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 Malleable. Yes. There we go.
Teaching Quentin new words. Probably. Oh,
Ding. Yes.
What does that word mean? Malleable?
Bendable. If it's malleable, it means you can bend it or work with it. It's basically the opposite of rigid. And if I could pronounce it correctly, you'd probably even understand it better. See, I always love it where our friends from overseas and they're like, I speak horrible English. You guys speak better English than most Americans. So, and when I say that, it's true, especially Montana Max. All right, so these, so
I never
that's what it
claimed
means.
to be a bad speaker.
No,
No,
I know,
you
but
haven't.
you've seen
Other
it.
people have.
You've
though.
seen enough shows where people from overseas and they're like, I speak horrible English, and like
Yeah.
it's actually
Uh,
it's much better than a lot. I'm not saying you specifically.
No, you speak really well.
It's the first time out of a class setting that I'm really conversating in English. It's all new.
In a class setting is the first.
Yeah, like the
is the only-
classroom, outside
in
of
the
the
classroom?
classroom. Yeah,
That's the only
school.
place you spoke English.
And I think one time at the sea with
Okay.
a person from England. I was talking about airplanes at the military base that were flying by. So yeah,
So this is something you don't do very often. Like
no,
this?
no.
No, you're doing great.
Ah,
You are
merci.
doing great.
Yeah.
All right, I added the garlic into the pan here with our onions and bell peppers, and we have added mass. So I am probably going to give a little smell. It smells pretty good. I'm just going to give a little extra dash of the Mountain Magic here. We don't want to overpower it, but I think it needs just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, this is definitely 80-10. I can see that fat starting to bubble up in the bottom of the pan here. Let's go ahead and switch these burners. Get that over there. Get that over there. Let's flip it up. Show you this ground beef on the big screen. There we go. And we're starting to brown up here.
I love your expressions. He has lots of expressions like you, Max.
We are always communicating, even if we're not speaking, with our face and eyebrows, eyes, all those, right?
Yeah.
Nonverbal communication. And if I could look at the screen right now, I could tell he's communicating, silly American. All right, I'm going to stick my head down in here and give a little smell. Give a little smell. We could use a little bit more seasoning. So let's go ahead, get that last best here. Remember, always easy to add. Darn near impossible to take it out. So we're going to go ahead, drop in some more seasoning there and just keep working it. Pan's nice and hot. We've got hot heat up here. So we don't want to burn it. But we want to work that seasoning all the way through so it's even, okay? Creating that even experience. I've got the other pan in the other hand right there. And I'm just going to keep that working in that beautiful. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. They're doing good, though. And we're getting a beautiful ground beef rocking and rolling here. Maybe a little bit much for this pan, but it's going to do the trick. Okay, it's going to do the trick just fine. So let's kick that up. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's go ahead and start coming back. We've got that rocking and rolling. You guys can help me keep an eye on it and be like, Max, you might want to check that. And let's go ahead and get a couple other things ready to go here. Typical with our cheesesteak, we're going to use some beautiful aged Swiss.
That sounds good.
I don't know how long it was aged for.
Maybe
When they say aged Swiss? So we're going to be using Swiss for this. Nice, creamy, great for melting. If I can get there. Let's have a smell. Let's have a smell and see if we can determine. That's easily been aged. Whoa, question.
5 years.
5 years.
Is that right? You look it up? You know. No, you're guessing. You're just guessing.
Oh, it does say. It does say. Check this out. The more you know. It says right here. See if I can get this centered. It probably won't focus. Other
Barcode.
way.
Barcode.
There's some glare. Cheese has been aged for 90 days.
That's not
Ah.
very long.
Yeah, that's not quality aging.
I like your answer better.
5 years. We're
5
going to
years.
say 5 years. That cheese has been aged for 5 years.
Yeah.
Just because Quentin said so, that's what we're going with. Beautiful 5-year from a wheel. They serve it in a plastic bag from the grocery store now, but that was cut from a wheel in Belgium that has been aged in an underground cave for at least 5 years. Cut that rind off, and now it's perfect. All right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll back me up on that. And now we've got our wonderful banana peppers right here on the cutting board. And while we're waiting for we're going to just keep an eye, keep it moving. Well, our onion and bell pepper mix and our ground beef are finishing out here. We're going to go ahead and get our banana peppers ready to go.
Jen,
Yeah, you.
have you noticed that Max says a lot? Let's go ahead or go ahead.
Yes.
There's a lot of things I say a lot.
Yeah.
Hence why on Twitch we removed the don't say that, because it's become too easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So Quentin, back in the day, I used to work with pets, right? You worked for a pet toy store here in the States, and they
Yeah.
selected me to be to go on the local news, like the morning show, to talk about whatever theme stuff it was. And the first show I did, I was nervous and stuff, and I was on the local news there in Minneapolis, and I said absolutely probably like in 3 minutes. I was on the air for 3 minutes, and I easily said absolutely probably 25 times. So I went back to work, and everyone just kept saying, I'd ask somebody something, and they'd be like, absolutely, absolutely. I never lived that down. I never lived that down.
Fantastic.
Once in a while, I get stuck. Now we got Cammy on chef's table.
Hi,
Oh,
Kimmy.
somebody's sleepy.
Hey, Cammy.
All right.
All right, put it down.
There we go. Ground beef coming together. Just about done on that. Onions and peppers, just about done on that. Got a little char on those peppers now. Got that on high heat over on that burner. That's looking good. That's going to add some nice flavor. This is just finishing out here. We're going to drain that off here momentarily. Let's come back over to the cutting board. You can see that color change. We're getting there. We're getting it cooked. There we go. And let's go ahead and get our banana peppers thinly sliced through. Nice little pops of freshness that we're going to add here to all the cooked vegetables. Okay. So we're going to come back through, rock and roll that. You could definitely pickle these if you wanted to. We just want to, mix it up, do something different. We all saw the pickled banana peppers last week, so we're going to use them in the raw state this week.
Oh, is that a picture of?
Oh, look at that!
Is that your new puppy?
Bing!
That's the dog of my grandma. It's Brutske.
Your grandma's dog?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that
What's
face.
his name?
Brutske.
Pritska.
Brutske.
Prutska. I can't do that.
Brutska?
It's with a
It's
P,
a
right?
typical Dutch name for thing. Like an object, a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Pruts. Translation. Engels.
I think they use sounds in their language that we don't even have available.
If you translate, it says, shit, maar.
Oh, where'd he go?
I don't know. Uh-oh.
Wi-Fi went out in Belgium.
No, I hope not.
Hopefully we'll get Quentin back here in a minute.
Come back.
It is very late over there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get this finished out here. It's time to get this together very quickly. Our ground beef is finished. The ground beef is finished. Oh, this is looking nice. All right, so let's go ahead, get our ground beef, drain this off here.
I'm back.
Bing, he's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Quentin's back. Tell your friends. All right, let's go ahead, get this beautiful ground beef right here. We're going to drain this off, and then we're going to get it back into the pan and start infusing some saucy flavor here. Who's down for some saucy flavor? I know I am. Jen, you want some saucy flavor?
Yes.
Quentin wants some saucy flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, das is good. Now, look, with an 80-10 here. I've got it up on the big screen. Let's flip it over there. If I can turn this up.
80-20?
80-20 fat blend. But you can see it's a little hard, that camera. If I tip that up, look at how much fat we're draining off there. Look at that. It's almost translucent now that they're so, oh my gosh, that is a really fatty blend. So it's a good thing that we're doing this. I might actually get another plate here. Turn the heat off on that. That's good to go. Let's get some more paper towel. Let's double filter this out. I know there's dudes that are out there and they're like, just put the fat in there. One of the big American trends right now, Quentin, on social media is people making chili. And they'll make like a meatloaf or a beef bomb, right? And then they cook that over the top of the chili and just allow the fat to drip into it.
That's gross. Yeah.
American standards, Quentin. Yummy.
Yo.
Did you have a question, Quentin?
Oh no, I was translating.
Translating. Okay.
You're good. And if you
Yeah.
you can just ask too, because I can if oh my gosh. It's pooling.
Oh.
It's pooling. Look at that. Oh, you probably can't see that from that angle, but wow. Good thing. This is why we drain this off. You can actually, I'll flip this back over. Here. You can actually see the plate design. Look at that. Pooling fat. Yeah. No. Here's the Spanish. No más, Quentin. No más. No more. Not good. That's why it's critical to drain this out here. All right. So now we've got it drained. We're going to just mix that up. That should be enough to catch it on the second one. And we're going to head back over to the pan. We're going to get this into the pan now. Turn that heat off. There we go. 2 times. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew-ish. For gross. Whoop. There we go. So big important step there. Make sure we drain that off, okay? There we go. Back into the pan. Let's go ahead now and add some high, wide, and handsome steak sauce. Give that a nice little shake. This is going to bring out those flavors, right? We use this as an all-purpose sauce, but it shines so wonderfully on beef.
Did you mean to switch the cameras?
Oh, yeah. I did mean to do that, Kansas City, Jen. There we go. Let's go ahead and take our steak sauce right there. Now we want to coat the beef. We don't want to drown the beef, okay? So that's going to be probably close to about a half cup of steak sauce that we're using there. Flavor component, right? It's a flavor component. Not the main flavor. We're building layers, so we got that in there. Let's go ahead and work that in. Now, if you could use this with like an A1 or whatever, but
or the HP sauce.
Or the HP sauce, which we're big fans of. But if it's a thicker sauce like our steak sauce, it has a little viscosity to it, but you don't have to reduce it down. If you have a more liquidy type of sauce that you're using, you could use tomatoes in this, but you'd want to reduce it down to get that flavor, all right? So instead of using ketchup or anything like that, we're using our steak sauce. And look, we can pull that back and there's no sauce collecting in the bottom of the pan. When we tilt the pan there at over a 45-degree angle, there's no sauce running out. We got a nice collection there. All right, and let's go ahead, move that pan over. Now, there is our beautiful mixture of peppers, onion, garlic, all working together. Nice, soft, easy. So now we can go ahead and combine all this into one pan, okay? Now, let's go ahead, start mixing it together. Look at that. Yes!
Ding.
Quentin!
Jen, can you show the backside of the camera? Allee, the setup?
Oh, did I show? Maybe I showed you this
Mhm.
trophies.
Ja.
Trophies.
Maar zo,
That's
where
what
Matt
you
is
saw?
standing, he has the cameras pointed on him.
Huh?
So
Where I'm
behind the
standing.
cameras. Yeah.
Oh.
But that is, oh,
Oh no.
Quentin! Quentin! The cameras are all shifting. Everything's changing. What's going on, man? This is what happens when you have Jen start shooting footage. Everything just goes out the window.
Sorry.
Jen, sit in your tasting chair and
Okay.
behave yourself.
Sorry.
All right, let's get ready to rock and roll here. I'm going to take a little bit of butter, and I'm going to get a dish.
Those are some of our cooking competition trophies.
Those
you
are our
saw.
competition trophies, yes.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to use our microwave for basically one of the two purposes that we use our microwave for. What are our two microwave purposes here?
Melting butter and popping popcorn.
That is about it. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with my microphone too much. All right, so we've got everything going here. Let's go ahead and bring this pan over. Look at that. Look at that. Let's flip it up on the big screen. Whoop. Beautiful. Saucy, oniony, peppery garlic mix right there. It's good enough to eat right on its own right there. I'm going to grab a trivet out of the drawer. Do this the smart way, not the hard way. We'll set that down right there. Now we can add in our fresh banana peppers as well, okay? Look at that. Pop of freshness right there. Absolutely lovely. Rocking and rolling. Let's get our spoon here and turn all that together. There we go. So we got some beautiful freshness there coming in, rocking and rolling. This smells great. Now, I don't do it a lot on the show, and I need to practice what I preach more. I trust my spice seasoning level, although Jen does not.
That's not true.
She's always like, be careful with that spices. But let's have a little taste here. You are going to dig it. You are going to dig it. We're doing good. All right, so we're tasting as we go, tasting our components, obviously not tasting raw components. Let's go ahead, move that up to the front there just for a moment. Quentin! We need like one of those dinging bells. Okay, you can't see it on the counter here, but I have a mesh, or not mesh, but wire baking rack that we're going to be using.
Are you gonna? Do you want the sheet pan out? I meant to grab
No,
one.
this
You
will
don't want-
be
you're
just fine.
Gonna do it on that.
Oh, let's do
The
it.
Cheese man. Oh.
Yes, okay. All right, Jen to the rescue once again. What would I do without her? Yes, I got it. Butter. Not ready. 10 more seconds. Start. There we go. All right. This is going to keep the buns elevated off the bottom of the sheet pan so we get full convection cooking around the pretzel buns we're using right here. These are got to be new because I don't find them in the store here, but these are King's Hawaiian pretzel sliders. We're going to be doing sliders all
Delicious.
week. So, Quentin, if you join us on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook later this week, and on Sunday, we're going to have different sliders every day this week. Yes. Quentin.
It's noted. I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there. All right. And it is important. Bing.
Yay.
I
Look
love
at
the
these
bell.
beauties.
Bling.
Say that again.
I love the bell sounds. So ding.
He likes the bell sound.
Quentin. Now you're going to be responsible, Quentin. I'm going to be walking someplace. Some poor clerk's going to have one of these bells on their desk. Somebody will hit it, and I'll just turn around in the middle of public, and I'll be like, Quentin. I'll become conditioned. You're conditioning me like Pavlov's dog, man. All right, pretzel buns. Here we go, right there. I'm actually going to try something here. I'm calling an audible. Jen does not know about this if I have it. Do I have it?
You need some help?
Oh, there's so much help I need. All right, so cheesesteak, right? It's hot, heavier dish, and we're going to add to the little creamy factor here, and we're going to add a layer of mayo on the bottom of the bun here. It's going to add a little creaminess, a little extra flavor, okay? So we're just lightly, we're not going to gunk it up too much. We're just going to go ahead and layer a nice little deal of mayo. And we can actually season this. I'm gonna call in an audible on this as well and do a little bit of a seasoned mayo here. I know, microwave.
Did you want me to get more of those buns out? Because I didn't know if you would want to use more.
Well, that's probably too late at this point, but we could do it later if we have extras. Extra beef, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I think it looks like there's more.
There's a lot of, we cooked a lot of beef.
Yeah.
So we can save it for later and do it.
Uh-oh. Explosion.
Shh. Nothing blew up in the microwave. Everything is fine. Quentin, everything's fine. All right, nice layer of mayo there, olive oil mayo. Let's go ahead and set that right there. Let's spoon our beef mixture here. Right over the top of that. This looking nice. And it's a sloppy Joe. It's a sloppy cheesesteak, right? So get a little sloppy with it. If it falls off the edge, you're doing it right. Right? Babe? Babe.
Yes.
This is Jen's like least favorite thing. Is like
messes.
Messes in general, but then when it comes into our food. It's a sloppy Joe steak. So let's go ahead and make sure we pile it up edge to edge. There we go. Look at that. Looking good. Now let's come back over with our 5-year-old aged Swiss. Okay. We're going to lay that out. Notice we're keeping all the buns together here. Okay. We're keeping all the buns together. We're not building these separately. That would make things really a mess, okay? Then we're going to go ahead, place the tops on. Now, our butter that may or may not... Oh, we're okay. We're okay. Everything's fine. Everything's completely fine.
Just don't look in the microwave.
Just don't look in the microwave. And now, because, you know, we did remove all that horrible levers of beef fat, but we are going to take here on the top here just to give a little glisten and give a nice little brush of butter. That'll help toast the bun tops. Have them looking great. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. And we're ready to hit the smoker now. Okay. Babe, you want to help me with the door as we take this outside?
All right. There you go.
There we go. Outside. Jen has left her chair. She is en route. All right. Now, everything's cooked here, essentially. All we're going to do is get this out there, hit it with the smoke, and melt that cheese, okay? We actually could have probably done a layer of cheese on both sides of this to really do it up. Maybe we'll do that for the picture one, sweetie. All right. Sliders going in. Check our temperature.
I'm just trying something.
Look at
There,
you
look.
hitting it with the logo. Now you can wave at that and that at the same time.
Okay, that was weird. I just wanted to try it.
Thank you, everyone here. Where are you going? You can stay on camera.
Oh.
Are you getting shy all of a sudden?
No.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Kitsch. I know there's a little bit of delay on this camera, so it's kind of like watching a Godzilla movie when I talk. Oh, Godzilla. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on Kitsch today. We are just finishing up our sloppy cheesecake sliders on King's Hawaiian pretzel buns. How delicious. So many layers of flavor. Aged Swiss, our beautiful ground beef that has been mixed with fresh banana peppers, red and green bell pepper, and onion as well. I guess we can go inside because that way Quentin's probably yelling at us right now and we can't hear him. We'll go ahead and let those buck for a minute because it's going to take a moment to melt that cheese. So let's go ahead. We can get a plate ready and get ready to serve here. Sound like a plan, sweetie?
Mm-hmm. Smells really good.
Smells really good? Hey, we're back. All right, we're inside. Now you can holler at us and go ding, ding, ding. Yes, there you go. Quentin! All right, so we're going to go ahead and for slicing these sliders, we're going to use a long blade and we're going to use a serrated blade. Sharpest knife in the kitchen. You could also use a brisket knife if I can find my serrated blade.
Probably put it in the wrong one.
Babe, where's my serrated blade?
It's there.
It's not.
It's
Oh,
not.
you were using it to cut breakfast bread earlier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's there. Let's give this a quick rinse. We don't need to have our breakfast bread on there, so we'll wash this real quickly. Want a nice long serrated blade, sharpest blade in the toolbox. Also, stay sharpest the longest due to its serration. If you're ever sharpening knives, okay, if you're sharpening your knives at home, you cannot use a pull-through sharpener with a serrated blade. Did you know that, sweetie?
Yeah, you would ruin it.
You would ruin it. They actually have a special tool that is long and narrow that they sharpen each one of these cavities on a serrated blade individually. Did you know that?
I didn't know how it was done. I just figured the
That's how
professionals
it's
knew
that's
how to do
how it that's how the professionals do it. All right, so we've got that ready to go. Let's get a beautiful. We got our cutting board. Let's serve this up on a cutting board. Since it's Sloppy Joe and it's rustic, we'll take a gen-size cutting board out here to get that ready to go. Get a few things out of the way here. Whoop. And we're just moments away. Remember, all the sauces and seasonings that you see on today's show are available on our website at www.montanamaxbbq.com. And while you're here on Kitsch, hit that follow button. And also consider following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere you can find us around the internet, all at Montana Max.
BBQ.com.
BBQ, yes. Quentin, hit the bell. Wake Jen up. Thank you, Quentin.
Yeah.
Thanks, Quentin.
All right, so we are just moments away. We are have it in the smoker to finish. You can do this in broil on your oven as well. Just watch it real close so you don't burn the top of your buns to melt that cheese down. But we've completed this while doing a show. Essentially, it'll be the hour mark, right? So once again, another recipe of ours, perfect for game day, but perfect for any sort of weeknight as well, is if you're at home and you're not hosting your own online streaming show on your streaming network, Kitsch, the streaming network for food for a new generation. You could easily have this recipe completed in about a half hour. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for sure.
You're so agreeable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about
You're
right.
Going to feed me soon.
I'm gonna feed you. Would you like a 5-year-old aged Swiss while you wait?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
From
Yes,
Belgium.
Quentin.
Quentin wants a slice.
Quentin wants a slice of aged Swiss.
The Swiss cheese from Belgium, hè?
All right.
Belgian Swiss.
Belgian Swiss. We've got some Brunos. We've got some brown cheese. We haven't used that yet. That was, speaking of that, Redictator from Norway, Quentin, was like, brown cheese, put that on waffles. We were like, what?
That sounded weird. Cheese on waffles?
The Belgian says no.
No.
No cheese on the waffles. It's those crazy
Yeah.
Norwegians, man. You know they're on a different level of life over there in Norway. All right. We got everything pretty much ready to go here. I've got a few things picked up. Let's get this in the fridge. And let's go ahead. Might as well spend a few minutes outdoors, right?
Sure.
While we're waiting for it to finish up. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Whoa!
What happened?
My deck camera done stopped decking.
Oh, no.
So I guess we'll wait on that.
Oh, no.
Let's see if we can flip it back over. Oh, it's back.
What
Quentin
happened?
fixed it. Well done, Quentin. Let's head outside.
Thank you, Quentin.
Bang! Come on, babe.
Ja. Fixed it from across the ocean. Ja.
All right.
Yes, you fixed it. From another country, all the way.
You can turn up. Do you have the volume up on your phone so you can hear him?
I will now.
All right. Let's see how our aged Swiss is doing. Oh, babe, it's looking delicious. Babe, look what I did. Babe,
That looks really yummy.
look at that. Look at that.
You could actually flip on your screen and come over and take a picture.
I flipped on my mic.
That's all right. But you can show it on the chef page.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
there too. Okay, so now I flipped this on.
Give them the close up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Let's try it.
Fun with cameras.
There, look.
There she goes. Look at it. It's Jen close-up cam giving you the close-up experience when she can. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll basically here. Let's go out and grab these. Jen's handiwork on the. Did you hear my Gen Cam theme song, babe?
No. Nope, I did not. That's a little too close up. Well, there.
It's Jen close-up cam giving you the close-up angle on the chef table. It's Gen Cam. Gen Cam.
No. Quentin Cam. I like that sound of that better.
All right, sweetie.
Okay.
Look at that. What do you think?
I think it looks really good. I think it's done.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Let's slice. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
All right, you're just gonna have to wait about another hour until I make another set of these, okay?
Luna, you want to say hello? Miss Luna. Will you walk in? Or you?
I got it.
Okay. Say hi. Okay, really?
Jen, your camera's not on.
Oh, you can't see?
Well, we can see you on the main cam trying to lift that giant down. All right. We're back in the kitchen, babe. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Cheese is all melted. Absolutely beautiful.
You gotta turn your mic off on that now.
Gen Cam. All right. Now we're going to take a big flippity floppity, and get underneath this whole thing to get it onto the cutting board. Let's see if I can do this without flipping the whole thing off the tray. Oh, yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Got back on the stove. make another round here after we get off air, but let's go ahead, flip this over here. Bam! There we go. Look at that melty goodness. Floppy, Philly, cheesesteak. Woo! Let's go ahead and slice into that. Quentin is smiling. I'm close enough to the TV. He's like, I want this American food. I want to be 350 pounds like that. All right, let's slice into this. That way, we're not making all of our sliders separately. We're slicing and dicing every single one of these. They're all ready to go. We keep our hand on the top there. Oh, that one's getting away from me a little bit. There we go. Fold her back together. Right down the line. Stay together now. What? You not hearing the audio? Hang on. Yeah, I'm should be going. Quentin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi.
Okay. Ding. Yes, Quentin can hear it. It's just on your end then. All right.
Yeah.
Jen thought we lost it there. There we go. Let's go ahead and get Jen up here. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Let's go ahead. Back here. That one got away. Beautiful cheesesteak is sloppy goodness right here. All right. Come on, babe. Yes. Oh, applause, applause, applause. Quentin, that's a lot of time to click those buttons. You're nailing it. You got like 3 keyboards set up, my man? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Wow. Woo. Mmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
One on!
Cheers. Oh.
Cheers, Quentin.
What do you think?
Delicious. Oh, it's really good with the sauce. The steak sauce.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I put the whole slider in my mouth. Not
No.
even messing around.
I like it with the buttery pretzel.
Yeah, buttery pretzel. It's got a little bit of sweetness from that King's Hawaiian going on. We got the savory of the beef with our sweeter rub and our steak sauce with onions, peppers, garlic, all working together with beautiful 5-year-old aged Belgian cheese. It's all coming together. If you wanted to make a couple variations on this, provolone would work really well as well. If you got a really nice provolone, that'd be a great cheese substitution, or use both. But either way, that's how easy you can accomplish this dish in under a half hour flat.
Really good.
She likes it. That Jen makes me a happy max.
I think I can eat.
How many do you think you can eat? We'll do that as a separate stream on Twitch. We'll do a Kansas City Jen mukbang. That's it with the kids. All right. Once again, you can find all of our information as well as awesome recipes at www. What's that? Quentin! You can find all of our information at www.montanamaxbbq.com, as well as all of our social media, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff is Montana Max BBQ. We'd love to see you not only here on Kitsch, the food network for the new generation, but also on our other social media as well. We've got different content everywhere. Big shout out right there to the man, the myth, the legend, Quentin, joining us today on the chef's table all the way from Belgium. How cool is that? Much love to you as always, brother. Bang, Quentin! As always. And thank you everyone else who have joined us today for our Sloppy Joe sliders. I am Montana Max. This is Fed Kansas City Jen. And as always, for those about to cook,
we salute you.
We sure do. Good to see you, brother.
Good night,
have a good
Quentin.
night. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye.